Hi y'all, so I'm back to do another book review on this previous book that I read. I'm using a new camera and I only have one light on, but it's pretty bright, so I hope the lighting is okay. If not, I apologize. And I'm using the camera's mic, so I hope that's okay too. But let's get into it. So I read The Internet Does Not Exist. This book I actually found in a bookstore when I was in Singapore. It was like this artsy bookstore. I thought it was really cool. The cover looked very interesting. The title, I was like, what the heck? And then I read the synopsis and I was like, oh. So the synopsis goes like this. It's called The Internet Doesn't Exist. And the internet does not exist. Maybe it did only a short time ago, but now it only remains as a blur, a cloud, a friend, a deadline, a redirect, or a 404. If it ever existed, we couldn't see it because it has no shape, has no face, just this name that describes everything and nothing at the same time. We are still trying to climb on board, to get inside, to be part of the network, to get in on the language game, to show up on searches, to appear to exist. But we will never get inside of something that isn't there. All this time, we've been bemoaning the death of all critical outside position. We should have taken a good look at information networks. Just try to get in. You can't. Networks are all edges, as Bruno Latour points out. We thought they were windows, but actually they're mirrors. And in the meantime, we're being faced with more and more, not just information, but the world itself. So, first impressions from this book, I thought it was going to be more on computer science, etc., the internet in society, the internet just in general. However, it really wasn't like that. It did focus on cybersecurity and different aspects of possibly the internet in society, because there was also a interview with Julian Assange, I don't know if he's the owner or creator, or both, of WikiLeaks, I believe. And a lot of that has to do with, national security and stuff like that. I haven't really, when all that stuff was happening, I was a kid, so I never really looked into it. But yes, first impressions, I thought it was going to be strictly on computer science, but I was wrong. I'm going to be very honest. A lot of the stuff in here, I did not understand. This was a very difficult read, and I was very close to giving up on this book. The only reason I finished this book was because I don't like leaving books unread or halfway read and then leaving it. I mean, I think I even have one book that I've done that, and I'm like, I really need to finish that book. I still think about it from time to time. But as you can see, I put all these page flags here because I am also trying to study this book. I definitely still want to study this book, so I'm not completely done with this book just yet. But when I read it, a lot of the articles, because this book is split up into different articles by different authors, focused on not computer science or the internet as an entity, but on networks and the idea of networks. To give an example, there was one article that focused on artwork that was supposed to represent social networks and how everything was like connected. Another article focused on the network of an ecosystem, the network of Earth, plant life on Earth and how humans affect it. And so there were some articles that I read that I kind of understood, but I'm going to be honest, majority of the articles in this book were very hard to understand. And a lot of these, as I'm assuming, I haven't really looked into the authors just yet. I do plan to, but I'm assuming a lot of these are excerpts from academic journals, because a lot of the verbiage is very verbose. It's very academic. So, which makes this even harder to read. And I've read academic studies. I mean, I'm not a stranger to reading academic studies, but I've read them in health cases and, and in public health. So this focusing on cybersecurity, networks, and the internet, and, art, and all that different stuff, it was a bit hard to try to also understand that, but then also deal with the language that they were using. So it was just kind of hurdle after hurdle, really. However, I gave this a 3.5 out of 5 stars because I still think the ideas in this book are very interesting. I mean, I didn't think about this stuff. I didn't think about the internet as an entity of existing or not existing. I didn't think about, I knew people were connected in networks and stuff like that, but I didn't really think that deeply about those sorts of ideas. And that's what I would have to advocate for if you do pick up a book like this. Being exposed to new ideas is great. I mean, for example, when I was a kid, I grew up, with strict parents, and then also I didn't have a lot to worry about. So that made me ignorant to a lot of different things because I wasn't exposed to it, and also I didn't seek out that information. And I'm not trying to excuse my ignorance or anything like that, but obviously I didn't understand everything until, I became an adult. And there's probably, even though I'm an adult now, I'm only like 27, so there's probably some things I still don't understand. Which is why I always advocate for reading a book. Obviously, not every single idea is going to be found in a book, not every single concept, but being exposed to new ideas, different ideas, is very, I feel, productive. And, maybe this, knowing all these different random articles maybe won't help you on a quiz show or anything like that, but it's nice to explore and get out there and see what people are writing about. I mean, I didn't even know this was something that people thought about or wrote about academically. It's crazy, So that was really my motivation behind reading this book, as well as if I had to recommend this, I definitely would. But would I make anybody read it? No. It is hard to get through. It is very hard to get through, but it does make you think about things, and you're like, where did these ideas come from? Because it's like you read this, if anybody cracks this open, you'll understand where I'm coming from, or if you're not, like, of course, if you're aware of the book already, obviously not, but if you're not aware of the book, you're not really familiar with the subject topic, obviously you'll read this and be like, what? I never thought about things this way. So that was mainly my motivation. Overall, I think I wouldn't say I like this book. I'll be honest. And yes, I didn't understand it, and I'll admit that, But also, I did a short review on TikTok, and someone did comment saying that this publisher, and it's called Sternberg Press, and it's called a Efflux journal as well. This publisher in general has written works, or at least compiled journals like this, where it is a bit hard to understand, because they also read another book that this publisher made, and they said it was pretty difficult for them to understand as well. So I don't know if it's a common theme, maybe not, who knows. But yeah, that is my review for this book. I am reading a new book that I mentioned in a post of mine that I posted on YouTube. Definitely hope to get through that one quicker. I'm trying to increase my reading speed because I do want to read more books and review them more. But yeah, I would recommend if you're interested, but if you're not interested, I don't blame you. It's hard to read. It's a hard read. It really is. But I definitely will be studying this book from now on. I haven't done it too much lately because I've just been busy with stuff, and also life circumstances. I've just had some emergencies, and I haven't been able to do a lot of the stuff I want to do. So, I haven't just gotten around to it, but I definitely will still be asking questions and looking into this book and being like, what do these mean? Like, what does this mean? Because yeah, this is filled with very interesting ideas, and I'd love to see where these originated from, or what exact subject topic this is. Because honestly, even after reading this book, I'm like, okay, but what is the uniform subject topic of this? Like, what is the college class that will require this for reading? Like, I'm still confused on that. So yeah, but thanks for watching. I can't promise I'm gonna do a regular posting. I'm trying to. I've just had a lot of stuff happen, and also I've just been tired, I've been really tired. I haven't even been talking to many people either. There's only like, maybe I talked to my best friend, and then like maybe 2 other people. That's about it. So I've just been tired. So, but I'm still reading. I'm still hoping to read. I want to knock out that reading goal that I have for 20 books this year, and I'm gonna do it. I don't know how, I'm gonna do it. So I'll be back. Thanks for watching.